Matt Modai from OddsJam, Dan Koob from Sporttrade, our two companies coalescing here for some content stuff. You're going to be able to see Sporttrade pricing on OddsJam. We cannot wait for your users, Matt, to be able to see the price difference and the differentiation on Sporttrade. So we're going to do some live trading. But before we do that, we are going to walk you through the Sporttrade app so that everyone at OddsJam is on the same playing field. They understand exactly what's going on and why Sporttrade is such a difference maker and differentiator in this space. Here's our markets page on Sporttrade. When you make an account and you sign in, Matt, this is where it's going to greet you. Our markets page, and as you can see, we've got all kinds of different sports. We have golf, NBA, men's college basketball, men's college football, obviously, NFL, NHL, and World Cup. On our bottom, you have our portfolio, our markets, our futures, which we are constantly adding to. We are always adding more futures markets, and that is actually a great feature on Sporttrade that we will talk about. And then, of course, your account tab. But let's back up. Let's go into the markets. Obviously, we've got a lot of things to show you. In our NFL market, which is by far our most popular, you're going to find a bunch of different things, including different strikes on point spreads, totals as well, once the game actually gets going, and then our winners market, which is basically just our moneyline market. Now, Matt, you're looking at this, and you're going to ask me, Dan, there are no American odds on this. I'm looking at this.
I see dollars. I don't see odds.
Seeing only dollars, right? Not American odds. What is Buffalo 66? What does that even mean? So at Sporttrade, Matt, we use implied probability instead of American odds. We do that because we just think it's easier. We think it's more approachable than having to explain to somebody, hey, this is minus 165, minus 170. Obviously, an OddsJam user knows American odds. But because of the liquid nature of Sporttrade, the buying and the selling and the trading and getting in and getting out for profit, hopefully, we think that looking at that and saying, okay, well, the Buffalo Bills are trading at 66 as opposed to whatever that would be, minus 2 something. I understand that that's a 66% chance of them winning the game. Now, if they go score a touchdown against the Patriots and they go up to 75, I understand that that's $9 difference, and I can just sell it. So we just think it's a lot more approachable.
Yeah, so basically, Bills, 66% chance of winning. Patriots, 34.5% chance of winning.
You got it.
So why do you have no idea how many times my parents have asked me, so what does the minus mean? What does the plus mean? Because once I got the job at OddsJam, obviously they don't know anything about betting. So it'd be a lot easier to explain it to them in terms of percentages, for sure.
Buy the Bills, right, at $66 per contract. What you can do is you don't have to buy a full contract. Again, a contract is like a share. Sporttrade is basically a stock exchange for sports outcomes, very similar to a NASDAQ or a Coinbase or a Robinhood, right? So when I say you're buying a contract of an outcome, this one being the Bills to beat the Patriots, what I'm really saying is you're buying a share in that outcome. So for $66, you can buy one share. It doesn't have to be that. You can buy half, you can buy a third, you can buy 75% of a share. Totally up to you. But for the purpose of this demonstration, we'll just buy one. We go into our live trading portfolio, which, as you can see, has a couple trades in there because we are going to live trade the Mavericks and the Warriors tonight. You see the Buffalo Bills down here at $66. That gray thing in the middle, Matt, is what we call our money bar. And that thing's going to be flying left and right as the game goes on. Now, anything left will be in red, signifying a loss. Anything to right will be green, signifying a gain. And we're going to see that in a little bit when we start trading basketball. What you can do is you can lock in profits if you're a little uneasy about a game eventually going your way, but you can also stop losses for the actual market value of what your trade is worth, as opposed to waiting, hoping for a cash out from a sports book that's probably not going to give you anywhere near the actual market value of that bet.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes even before the game even starts, you'll bet something at $100 and they'll give you like a $90 cash out for no reason.
Quickly, before we get into the actual trading, Matt, we'll talk about our futures markets. You can look at this as sort of a more of a quote unquote longer term investment, right? It's a longer time horizon over the lifespan of this futures bet. But because you can buy and sell it whenever you want for the actual market price in the moment, you can trade on teams that, even if you don't think they're going to win the Super Bowl, they can still make you money. A perfect example of that are the 49ers, who were trading at $7 just a month ago, are now the third highest team at 13. The Cowboys are up $2.50 in the last month as well.
Yeah, so if you got in on the Cowboys after the week 1 loss, Dak gets hurt, you bought them then, you could probably cash out for a pretty penny.
Buying the dip. Let's get in to Dallas and Golden State right now. So my trades are on the left, obviously under Dan. Your trades are on the right, obviously under Matt's. Matt, you are trading on the over 227.5 at, you got it originally at $50.50 per contract, and you have the Golden State Warriors winning. Now, I'm also on the over, but just for some fun, I am now trading the Mavericks to win the game. I got it at 51, now up to 62. The Mavericks are currently up 6-2 with almost 9 minutes left in the first quarter.
And I will say, I mean, what, less than 4 minutes of game time?
Yeah.
You're already up $11 per share.
Yeah.
Right? I'm reading that correctly?
No,
Now
you totally
per
are.
share?
So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to sell. I'm going to pocket my 1274, and now I'm going to join you. I'm hopping right back on the Warriors because I think the Warriors are going to win. Now, I actually like the Warriors to win and cover the spread. It's only 1.5, and I can get it at 33.50 as opposed to 35.50. So if I really think the Warriors are going to win this game, Matt, and do it by more than 2 points, then I'm going to grab the value of an extra $2. So I'm going to jump on 33.50, and now I go back to my portfolio, which is live streaming. This is an up to the second look at how your trades are actually doing. I am down 19 because the total is actually getting shellacked right now. But again,
I was going to say,
game of runs.
2 points from the Warriors over 4 minutes into the game. Not great for an over, that's for sure.
Not great for an over, but a game of runs, right? You never know. And if anybody can put up 45 points in a quarter, it's the Golden State Warriors. This could be a really good buy low opportunity. Let's go back into the marketplace.
Yeah, I almost want to double dip and take the Warriors money line at a lower number. I mean, Clay, I saw he got his 3-point percentage up to 40% after a couple massive performances after a really slow start. And how many times have we seen Clay and Steph? It just takes one to go in. Next thing you know, they go nuclear.
Looking on Matt's screen, we've now dropped our cost basis, which is the white little strike in the middle of our money bar, from 50.5 to 42.75. And you can see, if you look down, you can see all the details there. You have contract number 2, average cost, your total cost, which is how much you've spent, and then your potential profit. Another advantage of Sporttrade here is, yes, I would have lost $24.50, but I won't be losing $50.50, right? Because I can just get rid of it now. So I think I'm actually going to do that. Now, this is probably going to be short-sighted, right? See, it continues to drop. So now I've lost $28.50, but I was able to salvage $22.
So here's a question for you.
Yeah.
As browsing all the odds on OddsJam, I noticed that Sporttrade almost consistently has the best odds. Narrow margins, almost no juice. Just curious, how are you guys able to do that? Because we're so used to seeing 5% on, like 7% on some player props.
Absolutely. It's a great question. And Steph Curry just hit a 3, of course. So here comes the avalanche. So the Warriors are 27.5. I'm going to buy 2 contracts at 27.5. So $68 total for the Warriors here. An average cost of 27.5, but it returns $177 of actual profit, not just the return. This is the profit.
Yeah.
And then I will happily answer your question. So because we are a sports betting exchange, and it's a great question, how is Sporttrade able to offer better pricing? We are an exchange. We are matching buyers and sellers in the same way that a stock exchange would do that. So we don't take active positions against people who are trading on the exchange. We just charge a 2% commission only on profitable trades. So as opposed to a sports book, Matt, that is trying to beat you, right? Like you are going up against the sports book. They want to beat you. You want to beat them. They're charging you the juice, charging you the VIG and the tax. We're not doing that. We're charging just a very slight market maker's edge of somewhere the venue of maybe 1 to 1.5%, which is nowhere near what a sports book would do, which can be anywhere from 4 to 4.5% to in a futures market as high as 20%, which is insanity. We don't do it because we are just matching buyers and sellers. Now, a question that goes with that all the time is, well, do you have enough liquidity in order to ensure that my trades will be picked up on the other end? And the answer is yes. In more traditional peer-to-peer platforms, you may find that liquidity is very low, but we have industrial-grade liquidity providers who are contractually obligated to quote tight markets and spreads and to provide the liquidity. So if somebody else on the other side of your trade isn't there to pick it up, that market maker will. So you'll never have a problem getting your trade matched. It will always get matched on Sporttrade. That is unless you do something like put in a limit order. So let's say I wanted to buy the Warriors, but I wanted to buy it at another price. Let's say I was happy with 27.5, but I kind of want one more. Well, how can I do that? Well, if I don't want to spend 21.5, let's say I want to buy another one. If the Warriors got down to say 15, well, you can do that. So let's put in a limit order right now. Let's say I want one more, but only if they get down to $15. You can. And if the price of the Warriors to win does indeed get down to $15, that'll automatically get filled. Now, if it doesn't, it won't.
No harm, no foul.
No harm, no foul. Now, conversely, the same is true. If I want to sell the Warriors, if they ever get above 50, you can do that. And if they do, it'll sell. And they never do, well, then it doesn't. 1:28 left in the first quarter. Dallas leading 29-14. Jordan Poole 3 makes it a 10-point game. Here we go. Here we go.
Warriors down 12 after one quarter. Certainly not scared off of that.
The Warriors with the bucket now trading at 26. We are like on the cusp here, Matt, of getting back into the green, right?
Oh,
did
you
see
go.
this?
Now you're in the green.
Now we're in the green. We're up $5. Because I bought those 2.5 contracts, right? Overall, I'm up 27.5 to 34.5, now 35. So that's only what, $7.50? But because I have 2.5 shares, I'm actually up $18.75 overall. Let's go back to yours. You're now down only $6 because we're at that, again, those two different price points. We see the two different price points. Again, like where you get a stock, it's where you get this outcome. And we are cooking right now, Matt. We are cooking.
Did they just go on a 7-0 run?
I think they did.
That into existence.
You did. You went from 18 to 23.75. And now we have a decision to make. Are we waiting out this run right now? 38-32. Don't look now. You're in the green. Now a 4-point game, 38-34 Dallas. 8:30 remaining here in the second. A 10-0 run over the last 3 minutes for Golden State.
10-0 run.
Let's just watch some hoops here for a little bit. Again, the goal is not to have a good win-loss record. The goal is to be fluent in green money bars.
Yeah, goal is to make money. If you can make money on both the Warriors and the Mavericks money line in the same game.
So now as that green money bar keeps going up, Matt, I'm going to keep asking you, what are you doing? Are you buying or selling?
44.5. I'm holding till it gets to 50. If it gets to 50, I'll cash out. It's basically where I started.
Do I just want to lock this in?
Yeah, now I'm kind of regretting not getting out at 45.
Yeah, Luke is in. Things have sort of stabilized. So before he hits his free throws, I'm going to sell this for a $22 profit. So I'm sold my 2.5 contracts for another $22. Yeah, my 1.5 trade went from being up 12 to now just being up 1. Game is back on, and as you can see, yours is jumping around. So now your trade is up $9. 45.42. You're up $9. I'm up $8.50.
Give me that. I'm out.
You're out. Okay.
No.
We're selling. Sell all of them. So 3 contracts being sold. You pocketed $8.82. And now, my friend, you have mostly a clean slate.
You kind of almost, since I know I guess it's probably bad. Not a great strategy to just know you want to be in on a certain team. Probably should just let the market kind of play out and see. But I was just thinking if I want to buy the dip for the Warriors, knowing that in the third quarter, I'm expecting them to go on a run. Mm-hmm. Probably not the worst thing in the world to hope that the Mavericks go on a run. So that way it's as low as possible, just knowing that I'm going to buy in the third quarter.
But now, hey, look, I'm up $25, $26.50 on an adjusted price here. So I bought it at $34.17 is my average cost. I have 3 shares, 3 contracts. I think I absolutely just have to take this and then reassess for the second half. So we made money on the Mavericks money line, the Warriors money line, and the Warriors to cover 1.5 on the spread. In one half.
Halftime.
And it's halftime.
I mean, I just wish this existed when I was in college because I can only imagine how much fun me and my roommates would have had. That was awesome. If I can ever make my way out to Camden, I would love to do this again. That was fun.
The Sporttrade couch is always open to our friends at OddsJam.